Hey guys, today we are making a low carb crab soup in our crock pot, all while having a whole lot of fun. Man, so good. Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I am Cris from ReaderRecipes.crock.com, and today we are making a low carb crock pot crab soup. This is one you're not going to want to miss. This one is great for a weeknight. It will also be super yummy for the holidays because it is that special. It tastes wonderful and we love it. So why don't we just dive right in? The base of this dish is going to be crab. Now, I live in Indiana and we don't have oceans here. So we get our crab in the can. Now, you can use imitation crab if you want to. If you're a low carber though, that imitation crab tends to have a lot of extra carbs. So you might want to opt for the real crab, and you will find this in the canned meat aisle at your grocery store. Or you can find, like, this particular can is more of a premium crab, so it's going to have, it's going to be a little bit higher quality than just the can you find like on the tuna shelf. And this one I find at my grocery store with the other meats in the seafood section. So you can choose what you want to do. I've made this with 8 ounces of crab before. My family prefers it with 16 ounces because they love getting the bigger chunks of crab in it. So I've got 16 ounces. It is up to you what you choose to do on there. I've eaten it several times with 8 ounces, so it depends on your budget and also what your preference is. So 16 ounces of crab. This particular crab that we get is refrigerated. The other cans, there are some shelf-stable cans you can find, like I said, like with the other canned meats. So I'm just going to slide that crab down into my slow cooker. I apologize, I do not have an overhead camera because of technical difficulties. There's something wrong with the battery and I don't want to break the camera trying to get it out of there. And Mikey's not here, and I have to tape because this is a slow cooker dish, and I figured you guys would probably prefer a video without an overhead shot versus not having a video at all. So that's what I opted for today. I'm sorry. Okay, to our crab, we're going to add 3 ribs of celery that I have chopped up, and that's just going to go over the top. And then 2 bell peppers, any color of your choice. I have red and yellow here. I just think it makes it look pretty, and I like the flavor. And I've just chopped it into kind of bite-sized pieces. Okay. I also, while I've got stuff in there right now, I'm just going to go ahead and salt and pepper everything so that we can make sure that the salt and pepper at least initially gets on the vegetables and the crab. My pepper's over here. I'm still in that transition period of not knowing where everything is. Half of our stuff is still in the camper, half of the stuff is here. So, okay, to that I'm going to add a stick of butter. And you can just throw this in, you don't have to slice it up because it's going to melt in as it cooks. Alright, and 1 jar of marinara sauce. You know we're using Rayo's. I prefer the tomato basil for this. This is a 24-ounce jar, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it in. And I actually remembered this time to pour my broth in last so I can slosh out the inside of my marinara jar. So we're going to add 4 cups, well, except for that little bit, 4 cups of chicken broth. So I use part of it to slosh out the inside of my jar. There we go. And then the rest in here. Now we are going to cook this. You can cook it on high for 2 to 3 hours, or you can cook it on low for 4 to 6. What we're looking for is for those vegetables to become nice and tender and all of those flavors to combine. Oh, we have one more ingredient that is very important. So this is Old Bay seasoning, which is what you typically, like we typically use Old Bay in like crab boils and those kinds of things. So Old Bay, I think I had to get a new one because I'm testing this recipe. I went through my last one. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I like to add 2 tablespoons of Old Bay. You can add to taste. 2 tablespoons is a lot. It makes it just a little bit spicy, so you have to use your own discretion there. So you might want to start with 1 tablespoon. You can always stir it in at the end. You can add more if you want a little bit more of that flavor, but that gives this that wonderful crabby, it really just flavors that crab. So like I said, we're going to cook this on low for 4 to 6 or high for 2 to 3. Depending on your crock pot, you may have to go to 4 hours. What we're looking for is for those vegetables to get nice and tender and all the flavors to meld. And while it does that, here, let me put it on. Yep. While it does that, we are going to do a couple things. One, at the end of cooking, you're going to add a cup of heavy cream. So I wanted to have this out here to remind you that that's an ingredient you need. I'm going to put that back in my fridge while it cooks. But another thing I'm going to put in the fridge is I love to make a special topping to go in this soup when we serve it. You can skip this step, but I would not. This is, in my opinion, what makes the soup incredible. So what I do is I take a brick of cream cheese and I heat it slightly in the microwave just to soften it up. 30 seconds should be good. Meanwhile, I chop up 3 green onions and chop them, you know, pretty finely so that they can get mixed in. Pretty much the chopping that you would do for like a cheese ball or something like that you're going to mix in, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix the cream cheese with the green onion and add a little bit of seasoning. We're going to add a little bit of this seasoning and we're going to make this mixture, put it in the fridge, and then when our soup is done, we're going to scoop a little bit of this cream cheese mixture into it, like you would top with like sour cream or shredded cheese. We're going to use this cream cheese mixture as our garnish for the soup, and it just takes the soup to a whole nother level. So let me mix in our green onion here, and I like to add a ½ teaspoon of the seasoning to this part of it, just to kind of remind us all that this is for that crab soup. So it smushes, again, I wish I had my camera, it smushes really, really easily. Just mix it up to where all those flavors can blend, and it'll set up just a little bit in your fridge. If you're not going to eat it right away, you could also put this in like a Tupperware or Rubbermaid container, so you can use it for your leftovers all week long. But there we go. I'll bring this up here so you can see it. Ta-da! That's all it is. And it's going to be our nice little topping for when that's done cooking. Super simple, and it'll make everybody feel like it's fancy. You could even serve this with a small cookie scoop or a ice cream scoop if you wanted to, or a spoon is just fine too. But we will see you back here in just at the snap of a finger, so you guys can taste test this with me in 3, 2, 1, and we are back. Okay, so we have slow cooked this until our veggies are tender. And I now have a camera, which is off this camera, but you can see. And so you can stir it. You can see that it's thickened up a little bit. It's nice and yummy. To this, I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream, just to add a little richness to it. Okay? And that heavy cream is going to heat right up because this is already nice and warm. So I'm going to spoon some of this into a bowl and show you that topping. Check that out. Doesn't that look incredible? I'm going to spoon some of this into a bowl and then top it with my topping that I grabbed out of the fridge. It's set up on me while it was waiting for the stuff to cook. So I just put a little dollop in there. And let me come show you. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So as you can see, it's gonna kind of melt in there as we go along. You can just grab just a little bit of it with each yummy bite. This is such a good recipe. It is so good. You guys, I'm telling you, that cream cheese topping, do not skip that step. I know it's tempting sometimes, but man, so good. Y'all, this is yummy. If you like this video, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a member of the Crock Posse, we'd love for you to click subscribe down below and become a member of our slow cooking family. If you would like notified every time we upload a video, click the ding-a-ling down below. That's the bell that will tell YouTube to tell you every time we upload a video, whether it be a cooking video, a vlog, or a travel video. But whatever you do, we hope you laugh often, eat good food, and speak life. Bye, guys. Say hi, Ollie. Tell him. Say hi. Hi. Sweet boy. My sweet baby.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.